Welcome back to the College of Tuber Studies. I'm your prof, Frank. Today, what we're talking about is... What are we talking about? Should you reply to every YouTube comment that you get on your videos? The answer is a simple yes. Just don't skip the video. The answer is yes. Here's why, and here's how long you should be replying to every comment as you're growing as a channel. Basically, you are really missing out on an opportunity to engage with your audience if you're not replying to every comment, especially if you're smaller, because people are taking the time to leave a comment and let you know what they think about your video, how it affected them, how it helped them, or maybe they have some criticism for you. And I would say you need to be replying to every comment up until the time you're, 10,000 subscribers, maybe more, maybe 15 or 20, because during that time, you still are getting few enough comments that you can keep up with them and reply to them all. Now, I know it's a big task because it depends really on what kind of channel you have. Some channels get fewer comments than others because just of the subject matter, the audience doesn't feel the need to respond. If it's, I keep bringing up cooking channels as an example. If you have a cooking channel, you might not get many responses, many comments, and the few you get might just be, oh man, I tried this recipe and it was great. Videos that might get more responses, more comments, are videos that maybe are a bit more emotional, that speak more towards things that people can relate to, that will provoke kind of an emotional response where they feel like they need to express themselves on your video. That's kind of what I had and still have with my channel Frank James, my primary channel. Those comments can be a little bit more difficult to respond to because people are putting a lot of thought into their comments, and it can be intimidating to reply to them all. But I still think you should be at least saying something like, thanks for your comment. See, it doesn't have to be big. Like, your response to someone's comment can just be thanks. Thanks for your comment. I appreciate you sharing. Just something simple like that. You don't want to just say the same exact thing for everyone because then it becomes obvious that you're not thinking about it much. It's good sometimes to just say the commenter's name. If their name is in their username, thanks for your comment, John. I really appreciate it. YouTube also has this feature where you can just hit a heart button to love a comment. And in the early days, you should be loving all the comments as well as replying to them all. You don't have to love everyone. You could just love your absolute favorite, but I think it's always good to show love to everybody. And if there are times where you feel overwhelmed by comments and you don't think that you can respond to them all, it's good to at least heart all of the comments. Think about this. If you have two creators, two channels on YouTube that are about the same size, and someone watches both and they're leaving comments on both, and one of them never replies to the comments or interacts in any way, but the other person is always responding, that viewer is going to become much more attached to the more engaged creator because it makes them feel special. It makes them feel like, yes, my viewership is reciprocated and appreciated. You are really leaving a lot of possibility for engagement on the table if you don't respond to comments. And it's much smarter to engage with them. Now, what happens if you get negative comments? That is a difficult thing to handle, really. And I'm going to make another video very soon about dealing with like super negative comments and trolls. I would say if a comment is critical, if it's saying, oh, this video was not good because I couldn't understand it, or it's blurry, or you made a mistake, respond to those comments, because negative comments, in a way, are trying to help you. It's like, even though they might be rude and be hurtful, a lot of negative comments are coming from a place of, man, I wish this video was better. So try to take the criticism and be like, hey, thanks for your comment, thanks for your criticism. I'm still trying to improve, and hopefully the next video you'll like a lot better. Stuff like that. Now, if someone is just leaving pure hatred and they're like, oh man, you suck, that's a judgment call. I think if someone is being really nasty, at that point, just delete the comment or hide their username. And I'll make another video about that as well. But for the ones that are just maybe a little rude and a little bit critical or even very critical, it's good to respond to those because they're not out to get you. They're out to help you. Look at it that way. And maybe, who knows, you'll grow fast, you'll get a video that gets a lot of views and a lot of comments and you can't keep up with them all. That's a good problem to have, but you should try to be keeping up with all the comments. And if you start to feel like it's getting out of a manageable amount to respond to, at that point, maybe you can ease back and only reply to the first 100 comments, the first 20 comments, the comments left in the first 2 hours, and so on and so forth. Or maybe just replying to your favorite comments. That's where the heart really comes into play, where you can love comments, you can love many more, it's much more easy, and reply to fewer. But in the early days, there's really no excuse for not engaging with every comment that's left on your video. Remember, it all comes down to creating a connection with your audience, creating engagement, creating an attachment that they have to your channel, and this is a great tool to do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time at the College for Tuber Studies.